Dad, sometimes I feel like we're different. Are we different, Dad?
We are different, son. We only use real chicken breast fillets in our chicken breast pieces combo. They're not nuggets. And our fish and chips combo is made with whole fish fillets from Alaska. You bet we're different, and proud of it.
But aren't we different in another way? Our fries are better than McDonald's.
That's my boy.
Stormy skies, slick roads. It rained during your drive to work, on the way home, and as you can see from this live picture of Doppler 7000, it is still raining in parts of the county tonight. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Susan Taylor.
I'm Marty Levine. It is still raining and snowing in parts of San Diego. The question, of course, what's in store for tomorrow? And we have team coverage tonight of this strange storm. John Gregory downtown, Joe Lazura, of course, tracking the storm in the Weather Center, and we'll start with John.
Marty, you'd never know by the picture I've seen behind me, but it's been a real rough night out there for a lot of people, in part because, as you mentioned, this storm took so many of us by surprise. It didn't rain for long. It didn't have to cause havoc. Accidents were everywhere, and no one was immune. A California Highway Patrol officer investigating a crash became a part of one.
It happens very often. We've been getting quite a few, almost every rain day, having a patrol car hit on the side of the road.
In Mission Beach, it wasn't accidents they were worried about, but flooding. Some merchants prepared for the worst.
Right now, we just put up the sandbags and we watch the Weather Channel. We make sure, keep updated on the storm systems coming through.
A storm system that surprised some.
We weren't expecting rain. It all of a sudden just picked up. And it stopped this morning, but then the paper was late and the truck broke down, so it's one of them days where everything's just gone wrong.
And as if the rain weren't enough, drivers had to contend with this. A broken water main snapped when a truck trying to avoid an accident rolled over it. It made wet roads wetter and helped drag out the commute late into the night. Now, as bad as things seemed on the roads and highways tonight, the CHP tells us actually things were much better than the last storm we had. We had about 60 or 70 accidents this evening. During the last storm, we had close to 200. Marty?
Okay, John, thanks very much.
Now the latest on the storm's path. Our meteorologist Joe Lazura is tracking the storm with Doppler 7000. Joe?
Indeed I am, and there are still showers to deal with. First of all, North County getting the bulk of the rainfall now. It's beginning to taper off, and that's good news. Offshore, however, more showers are lurking, and they will move onshore. So overnight tonight, we are still not out of the woods. We still have more showers to deal with. How about rainfall totals? Check out some of these totals around the county. In Ramona, 0.60. Look at Encinitas, 0.8 of an inch. Oceanside, 0.68. And San Diego itself, 0.31. That's at O'Farrell Community School. So give you an idea of the rainfall, between a third and almost an inch in some areas of rainfall. All right, so how will all this affect your morning commute tomorrow? I'll have all the answers for you in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Joe.
Okay.
This is also...
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. This is also the first day that you can make reservations for air travel in the year 2000. Tonight, the computers are not the only problem. Lauren Krause with what you need to know before you buy a ticket.
This is the first day passengers can buy airline tickets for takeoff in the 21st century. And for the most part, airlines...
The upside is that you've got the jet, the downside is that...
And travel agents say Y2K is not bugging their computer programs.
No, actually, we had our airline computers replaced because of it, though.
The biggest problems for Millennium travelers: finding a place to celebrate and getting there on a plane. Cruises, resorts, and hotels in hot spots are mostly sold out.
We're being very negative about it in general. We're not accepting most requests. We don't want people to be unrealistic about what to expect.
Travel agents say keep in mind finding a flight for a Christmas vacation or a trip to visit family for the holiday may also be a challenge. The Millennium Crunch starts December 16th and ends somewhere around January 4th.
To prevent speculative bookings, the travel industry is placing restrictions on customers during the Millennium season. In many cases, if you cancel, you will not get your money back. And if you go, you will pay a lot.
You have to not worry about what it's going to cost, because we've been told to expect 2 and 3 times the normal prices.
If you're hoping for a deal with no hassles, you may be disappointed. This guy has a good idea.
I love it down here in San Diego, so anywhere around here is great.
San Diego is a great place to ring in the Millennium. Lauren Krause, NBC 7 39.
And they were just trying to help, or were they? California bankers are not happy with a Y2K warning from GTE, the phone company. GTE sent a newsletter to customers advising them to have extra cash on hand this coming New Year's. The advice has to do with fears of computer problems and ATM crashes. Well, the California Bankers Association says GTE's advice is irresponsible and ignorant.
You're watching NBC 7. 39. News at 11. Coming up, here's what you'll see.
There's no bigger terror as a controller than sitting at a radar scope. Everything's operating properly. And all of a sudden, boom.
Serious problems with new radar tracking equipment controlling the skies over San Diego. How safe are you when you fly?
Some new developments tonight in the Stephanie Crow murder case and reaction from her parents.
We just keep waiting for the DA to do the right thing. It's not prosecute 3 innocent boys.
Searchers at the Salton Sea thought they found a missing Escondido couple's plane. Wait till you hear what it really was.
And living together before marriage. New reasons why it may not be that good of an idea.
Another big ER star is leaving the show. We'll tell you who, plus how George Clooney will say goodbye. Some new theories coming up.
Later on an all-new Tonight Show, Gina Davis reveals what kind of preparation goes into her latest movie role. Plus, kid inventors and their pets, a Fabio fantasy, and Jay goes in search of the new Boy George.
I think I do want to hurt you.
Then on Conan, Gwyneth Paltrow, Tim Russert, and the Chicken's Revenge. All new tonight.
Are you afraid of something? Maybe flying, riding an elevator? Tomorrow, how virtual reality is helping people get over their phobias.
News Today, tomorrow at 5:30.
Introducing America Choice from GTE Wireless. Now you can use your wireless phone anywhere in the country without worrying about roaming or long-distance charges. New America Choice, only from GTE Wireless. Welcome to the United States of America.
NBC 7.
39.
Coverage you can count on.
Hey, can you play Macarena?
Yeah, would you play Smoking Broken Heart? Hey, man, my girl left me. Could you send out a tune?
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. Chili, baby back rib. I want my baby. Chili, baby back rib. I got my baby back rib.
From the best-selling romantic novel.
Don't you think it's brave to love like that in this world? I think we should trace these letters. You got her, Teresa.
Is she in bad shape?
No, neglected, underappreciated.
I know how she feels.
Doubt it.
You know, if I was about 150 years younger, you'd be in trouble.
Kevin Costner, Robin Wright Penn, and Paul Newman. Message in a Bottle, rated PG-13. Special sneak preview Saturday, February 6th. Starts Friday, February 12th.
Okay, now before you say there's never going to be another convertible like the original Mustang, you better take a look at what Ford just did. This is the 1999 Ford Mustang, and it's here just in time to be the convertible of the century.
The new, more powerful Mustang is just one of the reasons you'll want to visit your Ford dealer, especially with a 2.9% APR on a new 99.
Yeah, this is just what it was like 30 years ago. Well, so I've heard.
This news is brought to you by Ford on NBC 7.
39.
Are the skies over San Diego safe? Our own air traffic controllers say there are some serious problems with new radar tracking equipment. Beth Tornatore's special investigation is coming up in just a few minutes.
But first tonight, angry words from the parents of Stephanie Crow. This after the judge gives the go-ahead to start the trial of one of the boys accused of murdering the girl. In court today, they talked about DNA evidence. The defense claims that ties transient Richard Tewitt to the killing. The three boys are still considered suspects. One of them goes on trial in a month. Later, the girl's parents held their first formal news conference since the killing and called for the DA to charge Tewitt and throw out the cases against the boys.
The DA, we just keep waiting for someone to do the right thing, someone just to take it by the reins and say it's over. This is enough. They've been through enough, but it just doesn't happen.
They say that the idea that some total stranger did this is ludicrous. They were saying, well, tell that to the parents of that 9-year-old boy in Oceanside.
The family has filed a lawsuit against those investigating the case. And prosecutors say tonight they want the death penalty for the killer of the 9-year-old boy in Oceanside. Brandon Wilson pleaded guilty to killing Matthew Checky, but claims to have been insane at the time. A sanity hearing is set for August. If jurors say he was sane, he'll get the death penalty or life without parole. If insane, he'll go to a state mental hospital.
Tired of the impeachment trial? Well, it could be over this time next week. That's the decision tonight from the U.S. Senate. After a politically divisive week, senators met in the middle today to settle on a one-week exit strategy. They also decided Monica Lewinsky will not testify live. Instead, they'll release bits and pieces of her testimony tomorrow and Saturday.
There is new evidence in these depositions. There's new factual record information that needs to be here for you to decide.
From here on out, the trial moves toward a speedy end. Saturday, both sides present their case. That's when we will see portions of the videotaped depositions. Monday, closing arguments begin. Tuesday, the Senate begins deliberations. A final vote could come as early as next Thursday, I should say. One other note, a citizen in the public gallery today disrupted the trial, shouting, and I'm quoting here, "Good God Almighty, why don't you take a vote and get on with it?" End quote. He was arrested. The president and Mrs. Clinton are angry about a cover story People magazine's doing on Chelsea. It is a story we told you about last night. Tonight, that issue is on the newsstands. Chelsea Clinton and Hillary are on the cover. The title, Hillary and Chelsea, Grace Under Fire. By featuring the first daughter, many journalists believe People broke an unwritten rule. Leave Chelsea alone, respect her privacy. President and Mrs. Clinton pleaded with People's editors not to run the story, but the editors say Chelsea is not a child anymore. She's a public figure worthy of coverage.
A plea bargain tonight for former child star Gary Coleman. He walked into court confidently this morning as his assault and battery trial was about to start. He's accused of punching a woman who wanted his autograph. The testimony started, and then late in the day, Coleman made a deal, a plea bargain, guilty of misdemeanor disturbing the peace. The judge ordered him to enroll in dozens of anger management classes and to pay a small fine. It is not what they were looking for, but what they found adds another twist in a very bizarre story. A plane flown by Robert and Grace Chatham of Escondido disappeared near the Salton Sea Christmas Day. Divers found Grace Chatham's body a week later. Navy sonar found a large object in the water last month. Tonight, it turns out the object is a World War II-era Navy bomber, not the couple's missing plane. The Riverside County Sheriff's Department says if the Chatham's plane is not found in the next 10 days, the search will be called off.
Airplanes are raising eyes and eyebrows tonight above Legoland in Carlsbad. The $130 million project is nearing completion. And now the question, why was it built right in the flight path of Palomar Airport? Legoland sits just 1 mile west of the runway. The majority of planes take off in the direction of the park. Legoland officials say they're not concerned. The airport manager says he wishes they could have a 3-mile buffer on both ends of the runway, but that's just not feasible with the cost of land. No more threats of a strike at Federal Express. Tonight, FedEx pilots have worked out a deal with the world's largest cargo airline. Last fall, pilots threatened to walk out around the busy holiday season unless they got a new contract. They've been trying to negotiate one since 1993. The new contract calls for a 17% raise during the next 5 years.
When we all fly, we count on the pilot, we count on air traffic controllers to guide the plane safely in busy skies.
But our local controllers are complaining about safety, and it has to do with brand new equipment. Our investigative reporter Beth Tornator joins us now with a special report. Beth?
Marty and Susan, a few months ago, Southern California got a new computer system with a price tag of nearly $4 million. The FAA says it's a much-needed upgrade and a step towards safety. But our investigation shows the people who actually guide our planes have serious radar worries.
Your plane takes off.
Delta 1737 Heavy, traffic ahead to rise for the north side.
You want the people controlling it to be in control.
There's no bigger terror as a controller than sitting at a radar scope, everything's operating properly, and all of a sudden, boom, it's gone.
Our own air traffic controllers say critical information is gone too often, all because of problems with this new radar tracking equipment.
The very people your life depends on are complaining about the new system. In fact, we obtained these internal complaint reports through the Freedom of Information Act. Over 600 filed in just the first few months since the system was installed.
That's the new system.
Last year, we got a look at the new computer software. It's called ARTS 3E. It went in last September here at TRACON, where controllers guide planes flying from Los Angeles to the Mexican border.
I'd say it's going great, better than we ever anticipated. The system's been reliable.
But those Freedom of Information documents show numerous computer glitches. One of the biggest complaints, data disappears from the screen. The controller can't tell the plane's altitude, speed, or which way it's going.
That's just unacceptable.
Another complaint, the computer creates ghosting images, 2 planes instead of 1. Next, clutter on the screen, making it hard for the controller to follow the right plane. This has become a dangerous situation, writes one controller. And one day last November, more than half of radar scopes like these went blank for 11 minutes.
So it's pandemonium. You scramble to maintain the separation.
But the FAA manager at TRACON insists the system has triple backup.
I don't consider anything major because it's never rendered the system unusable. But they are things that we were concerned with and we want to get fixed.
We're not the only ones who got the new radar computer system. It was installed in 5 major traffic hubs last fall, including Chicago, the world's busiest airport.
Flight 522 service to Chicago is now boarding road.
What these passengers heading for Chicago may not know is that air traffic controllers there say they had 2 close calls using the new system. And they had so many other complaints, the FAA took the new system out.
31, crossing me when it right hold triple.
Dallas controllers went back to their old system as well. So why do we still have the new software here in Southern California?
We take everything seriously, but it's not to the point where we're going to shut down the program or try to go back to another system. The system's strong, stable, and safe.
At Lima Tower 120.9.
But controllers say it's taking too long to fix problems, and they keep scrambling to keep us safe.
You know, if there's problems, we identify them, fix them. I mean, don't give us any excuses, just fix the problem.
As we said, the same new system we have was pulled out in Dallas and Chicago for more testing. The FAA tells me they worked most of the bugs out and will be ready to reinstall the system in those cities by mid-March. Marty, Susan.
Beth, what about the system here? Can they pull it out and test it?
No, the hardware has actually been shipped out of town. But, you know, the FAA says it doesn't need to change systems, and everyone agrees when all the bugs are fixed, ARTS 3E will be a superior system. The controllers are just saying, fix it fast for safety's sake. Back to you.
The question is, when will the bugs be fixed? Thank you, Beth.
And now this story about those who live together before marriage. It does not guarantee a solid relationship. In fact, just the opposite. Another study this week finds couples who live together before marriage are more likely to be divorced than couples who don't. The latest study from Rutgers University, it seems to fly in the face of conventional thinking, so the question, of course, for therapists is why?
Part of learning how to live together is learning how to deal with frustration, learning how to deal with, with pain and waiting. The frustration of not living together and wanting to, and working out those dynamics seems to help couples.
The authors of the Rutgers study suspect something even more, that living together actually erodes people's ability to commit.
It is getting downright lonely in the ER. Who's News tonight? Juliana Margulies. On the show, Margulies plays Nurse Carol Hathaway, fiancée of George Clooney's Dr. Ross. Turns out she is taking a cue from her make-believe beau. Today, Margulies announced she is leaving ER after next season. She says she's homesick for New York and she wants to return to the stage. But Clooney's leaving may have influenced her as well. Margulies says she cried last week after she and Clooney filmed their last scene together. Clooney leaves the ER February 18th. Clooney's final episodes are highly anticipated, to say the least. And tonight the rumors are flying. How will Dr. Ross leave the ER?
Is Dr. Ross leaving the hospital?
We all know Dr. Ross is leaving. The key question is how. Hollywood insiders think Clooney's character will pull a Dr. Kevorkian and assist in the death of a child. But TV Guide's managing editor Jack Curry says not true.
There really is not a Dr. Kevorkian assisted suicide plot line. Dr. Ross does have a heroic unorthodox medical procedure, very typical of the character that people have come to know in over the 5 years he's been on the show.
Here's what we do know. Clooney filmed his final episode last week. It involves a snowplow and an overturned school bus. And Dr. Ross does cross the line in order to save an injured child.
What we know is that there's a controversial use of painkillers in helping children. Of course, he's been so sympathetic and empathetic to children in the past, saving them in many different ways. He wants to use whatever measures there are to comfort the child, even if it is against the rules, and that's what he does.
One thing we do know, Dr. Ross will return to the ER to make guest appearances, but is he fired or does he leave on his own? For that, well, you'll have to watch the finale, February 18th, right here on NBC.
Right now, Joe is back with us in the midst of all of this drama. What about the morning commute, among other things, Joe?
The morning commute, well, again, the roads will be wet in the morning from all the rain we've had, so you'll need to drive careful regardless of whether we get more rain or not. The chance of more drizzle, though, is still possible. I'll show these satellite photos. I'll be updating the radar and everything in a couple of minutes. In the meantime, our storm has moved eastward, the bulk of it, and it's now in Arizona, where it is snowing in Flagstaff, and everybody's having a great time. Hey, let's make some snowballs. At any rate, and act like it's the first time we've seen snow. And that's what you do when you see snow. At any rate, the snow will continue there and also across some of the mountains here. We'll talk more about all this in just a couple of minutes, so stay awake. Laz is next with sports.
Hi, folks. It's our huge Thursday show plus family night. You all know my wife, of course, the lovely Gina Davis. And look, our 3 children here. These are kids that have invented things. They're from Texas with amazing inventions. And, of course, our oldest boy, who's great, Johnny Lang. We're up next. It's family night.
Oops. I'll get a brawny paper towel. Oh, don't waste brawny. Bounty'll do. What kind of a mess do you use brawny for? This kind.
Brawny paper towels, 10 more feet per roll than Bounty, holds up to 19 pounds per sheet, and holds sloppy messes better than Bounty can.
So that's a brawny kind of mess.
Got a brawny mess? Get a brawny paper towel.
The Accord Coupe from Honda. How will it affect you?
To survive in business, I've learned to buy smart. That's why when we buy business products, we buy from ValueAmerica.com. It's our competitive advantage, all the best brands at the best prices, and bigger and better than the superstores.
Great values, like the HP Vectra Business PC with Windows NT, just $16.99.
Go online. See why ValueAmerica.com has become America's premier internet retailer.
ValueAmerica.com, the smart way to buy.
Water. It's part of everything we grow, manufacture, and build. And it's irreplaceable. One company is there to make sure our world's most precious resource never goes away. U.S. Filter. In factories, in laboratories, in faraway lands, and in your home with our Culligan products. The world's largest water treatment company is there. U.S. Filter. Taking care of the world's water and yours. NBC 7. 39. Coverage you can count on.
Stress. We all have it, but who handles it better?
Running a house is like running a business.
We could be at a life and death situation at any moment.
Count on us for a timeout.
Russell, don't fight me. We're doing timeout.
We strapped heart monitors on a mom.
But it's always unpredictable.
And a paramedic.
Anything could happen at any time.
Followed them for a day and followed their stress.
This is the most stressful part of our job right here.
Revealing coverage you can count on. The Homemaker Stress Test, tomorrow at 4 on NBC 739.
You may have seen this from AT&T, but you might have missed this. And you'll run into even more disclaimers if you look closely at the other long-distance companies. Too many restrictions, too much fine print. Knock off the bull!
Dial 10-10-297 and pay 10 cents a minute state to state and 5 cents a minute within California. Every minute, every time.
So, when you see 10 cents a minute now, look for the fine print. Then look for 10-10-297. 10-10-297. Savings made simple.
How do I look?
Very good. I must say, I'm amazed.
A California body and a Swedish heart. Perhaps the world's first perfect car.
A very stylish girl.
Just watching someone eat a big, juicy Carl's Jr. Western steak sandwich can be cruel and unusual punishment.
Gotta eat some food!
That's in the genes.
Yes, it is. Yeah, we have a Knievel going.
Yeah.
We'll show you that, but first we have a USD team going soaring itself tonight.
Yes.
Big night for the Toreros. They knocked off 25th ranked Gonzaga 75-59. Wasn't even close. So they handled the Bulldogs, their first West Coast Conference loss of the season. By the way, 70th win for Brad Holland at USD, and probably the biggest regular season win so far. Ryan Williams came up really big, 23 points for him, as the Toreros, of course, with the basketball here, got a lot of support off their bench, especially Tom Lippold, who scored a dozen points. Here's a couple of his shots right here. So they out-rebounded Gonzaga 34-18. Again, the final was 75-59. The good guys in the white uniforms are winners tonight up at USD. The UCLA Bruins had trouble with the Oregon Beavers late in the game. Earl Watson with the flip to Jerron Rush for the slam. Bruins had to score the game's final 6 points to win, and this was the game winner. Baron Davis slips, almost didn't get the shot off. It went. Bruins win it by 2, 79-77. Well, over the past few years, we've had the new Padres, and now we have the new look Padres. A sleeker model, a little more zip around the corners, is what General Manager Kevin Towers is putting together. Today, he introduced two of the players he got in that deal from Greg Vaughn with Cincinnati. That's Reggie Sanders. He was there along with Damian Jackson. Sanders says, hey, he's thrilled to be a Padre.
No, I'm willing to do any and everything that I need to do for this ball club to win. And that's what I'm all about. I'm all about winning, and I'm all about helping the ball club. And, you know, I tell you, you know, baseball is a great game, and it's a great tradition. And so I want to try to keep that going and make San Diego proud of me.
Slipped a little bit there, yeah. So, okay, here it is. Get ready, everyone. Ta-da! Daredevil, Robbie Knievel, Evil's son, tried a stunt tonight in Las Vegas. The plan was to jump 130 feet from one hotel tower to another on the Vegas Strip. This is pretty good. Take a look. He made it! He made it! Imagine a Knievel doing a stunt that works. Although Robbie's had better success than his dad, Evil was of hepatitis C, but there's the replay. Oh my goodness. 18 stories above the ground. That's scary enough. By the way, that is a new world record. There's, I guess, Mrs. Knievel.
It's Mrs. Knievel, Jr.
Unbelievable. Here, this is a little less dramatic, but that's Wayne Gretzky, number 99, scoring a goal. What's the big deal? Well, it's number 1,071 as a pro, tying him with Gordie Howe for total career goals. So the Rangers went on to beat Vancouver 8-4. And Dan Dierdorf outed at ABC. They're going to have a new guy in the booth on Monday Night Football besides Dan. He's been there 12 years.
And that's that. You got to think Knievel's got to be pretty sure he's going to make it to bring his wife and daughter.
I guess, but you know, I mean, the Knievel family's had a...
It's a strange way to make a living. Yeah.
Joe's not going to jump across buildings, but he's going to jump through some hoops for you. Coming up next.
Dad, sometimes I feel like we're different. Are we different, Dad?
We are different, son. We only use real chicken breast fillets in our chicken breast pieces combo. They're not nuggets. And our fish and chips combo is made with whole fish fillets from Alaska. You bet we're different, and proud of it.
But aren't we different in another way? Our fries are better than McDonald's.
That's my boy.
Get an early start right now on Jerome's President's Day store-wide sale with no money down, no monthly payments, and no interest for 6 months. And special prices throughout the stores, like this country sofa in a durable twill fabric, only $448. 4-piece country bedrooms in wash finish, $648. 7-piece Chippendale dining rooms in cherry for $898. And solid oak twin over full bunk beds for only $268. It's Jerome's President's Day sale on now.
Rushmore
Rated R. Starts tomorrow.
I like your nurse's uniform, guy.
These are OR scrubs.
Oh, are they?
Rushmore.
You're on the team? I'm an alternate.
Rated R. Starts tomorrow.
Hi. You know, it makes me feel great when I see so many Hohen customers who care enough to say hello. Hi, how are you? And over the past 23 years, more people have put their trust in Hohen Mercedes. Hi, good morning. Good to see you. I feel like wherever I go, I'm surrounded by good friends. Hi.
Do you know you have a coffee cup on your roof?
Thanks.
NBC 7.
39.
Coverage you can count on.
When Diane initially came into the office, her time horizon for investing her money was rather short-term.
It was right after college. I was going to turn over the money pretty quickly to pay for graduate school.
Since then, her objective has changed.
I've always had this kind of long-term goal in mind, which is starting my own business.
But that means actually invest more aggressively because her time horizon had lengthened. She knows herself. She knows her goals. She knows her tolerance for risk. She's learned about the tools that Schwab has to assist her in meeting those goals.
Rise and shine. Time to look for political scandals.
Red hot scandal here. Catherine the Great has been seen around the horse barn. File not found.
Political sandals. Sandals? These were worn by the King of Prussia.
What?
What? Download compromising shots of Coolidge.
Ever help a stranded motorist?
No.
Give blood?
No.
Volunteer work?
Oh, well, no. But I did make a donation to Ronald McDonald House Charities.
Oh, the phone thing.
Donate $20 to Ronald McDonald House Charities when you sign up with Pacific Bell Wireless, and we'll give you an Ericsson 768 digital PCS phone and a coupon for a hands-free attachment.
I can play the harp, yeah.
Weather is brought to you by Pacific Bell on NBC 7.
39.
Yeah.
Would you do that? Cross two buildings, 130 feet?
No. You gotta be kidding me.
How about 10 feet?
I don't do anything where if you are wrong, you die. That's why I do weather. You're wrong, it's a typical day at the office for the weather guy. Yeah. And I get a lot of calls when people say, how come you don't mention when you're wrong? It's because a lot of people may not have watched last night and they don't know.
Everybody,
That's why you don't say.
Everybody watches you. Everybody
Anyway,
hangs on your every word.
Well, I'm afraid that's dangerous right then and there. Okay, I'll tell you being a meteorologist, I can tell you my best guesstimation of what's going to happen, but every now and then a storm like this, which wasn't there the day before, develops and brings you rain. All right, let's talk about that in a couple of minutes. Here's a look at the current weather conditions first. And again, we've warmed up a little. We hit the low at 6 o'clock. It was 52. We're up to 54. 58 degrees for the high, 86% for humidity. Barometer's rising, 30.01, and the wind is out of the east still at 7, which means the storm is still not all the way through. 2 to 4 feet for the surf. Diving visibility is still poor. There's your sunrise and your sunset, by the way, and you'll be in the clouds in the morning, but the sunset could be kind of nice tomorrow. All right, so here's a big picture, and this is the next thing we're watching. Most of that should stay north, but the one further behind it, that's the rain for what looks like Monday night and Tuesday. All right, so here's Doppler 7000. I've updated it one more time for you. You can see the latest. Still a few light showers moving on shore, still some more offshore, so we'll still have to deal with that, and that'll be overnight tonight. Get rid of that thing. All right, this right here is the low pressure spinning around cell that is moving through. It is to the south of us, so as it moves through, our winds stay out of the east, and as it finally gets through, our winds change to the north and eventually from the west, and then we'll know that it's out of the way. In the meantime, that's why it's now raining and snowing in Arizona and parts of Utah and Colorado, and since it was a warm storm, as it goes over the colder mountains, it should snow pretty heavily, so they should get some good snows in the ski resorts, and that's good news. We also got snow at Big Bear and snow at Mammoth, which is good. I don't have the totals yet, but it'll be up around a foot, so that's great news. Nothing for Lake Tahoe. This was not a Northern California storm. All righty, now, if you wake up early tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., this is what it should look like, and I do say should. Remember, This is just a forecast. Actual weather may vary. Your weather probably different. 49 degrees, clouds, drizzle, and fog to start off the morning. Then we turn to a partly sunny afternoon. 60 at the coast, 63 inland, which is nice. Gets a little better for the weekend. Saturday and Sunday nice. Then increasing clouds quickly on Monday with rain by Monday night until midday Tuesday. That's the next system.
It's a lot like the EPA fuel mileage guidelines.
Exactly, right.
Can be a little
Mileage
different.
may vary.
And in California, your mileage is a lot worse.
A lot more emission controls.
There you go.
Clark and Sansi are back here at 5:30 tomorrow morning.
They will have the first look at the morning commute and the weather. The Tonight Show is coming up with Gina Davis and Johnny Lang.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Good
Take
night.
care.
You're watching NBC, America's late night leader. Thanks for staying up.